Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Baltimore, RAVNS fans. Let's get to the news now, Ravens fans. Hold on because the NFL landscape is buzzing with some explosive rumors and potential moves that are set to reshape the division. And no, we're not talking about just any typical offseason speculation. We're talking about a mega trade that could fundamentally alter the balance of power in the AFC North. And it involves none other than Lane Johnson, the all-pro offensive tackle from the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the kind of move that only happens once in a while, and the implications are enormous for both teams, especially for Baltimore. So let's dive deep into what's happening, why it matters, and how this could set up the Ravens for a serious push towards a Super Bowl. First, let's contextualize the situation. The Eagles, currently sitting at 4-4, are facing some tough choices. Jalen Hurts has been a revelation for Philadelphia, but there's a growing sense that the team needs to bolster its offensive line to sustain that success, especially as they look ahead to the second half of the season. Lane Johnson, a veteran and a cornerstone of the Eagles' protection scheme, has been linked to a major trade. Reports suggest that Johnson could be heading to the Ravens, and in exchange, Philadelphia might receive a second-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-round pick in 2027. Now, that might seem like a typical trade at first glance, but when you dig into the details, it becomes clear that this is a strategic move for both sides, with significant implications for Baltimore. Johnson, as many of you know, is a true road grader on the edge. He's a multi-year All-Pro, someone who has consistently dominated his matchups by smushing edges and providing unparalleled protection for his quarterback. In 2025, he posted a 92% pass block win rate, allowed just 1 sack in 450 snaps, and earned a PFF grade of 88.9. That's elite protection, and it's exactly what the Ravens need to solidify their offensive line, which has been a bit of a question mark this season. Baltimore's offensive line has struggled at times, with the unit ranking 19th in pressures allowed, which puts a lot of pressure on Lamar Jackson and the running game. Adding Johnson could be a game changer, elevating the protection by an estimated +2.4 yards per play and increasing pass protection efficiency by around 20%, all while keeping Lamar safe and allowing his playmaking to shine. But why would the Eagles make such a move? Well, Philadelphia is in a bit of a transitional phase. Head coach Nick Sirianni's team is trying to find its identity, and with some cap hits and the need to bolster their defensive line, they're looking to free up resources. Johnson's contract, which is around $19 million, is a bit heavy for their current cap situation, especially as they try to extend players like Brown, who is expected to cost around $28 million annually. The Eagles are also prioritizing younger talent and draft capital to build a more sustainable roster, and trading away Johnson with his high-level experience and durability makes sense from that perspective. It's a static move for the Eagles. They're losing a key piece, but they're gaining draft capital to invest elsewhere. Now, let's shift focus to the Ravens, who stand to benefit immensely from this potential trade. Baltimore's offensive line, as I mentioned, has been a concern. They've allowed a decent number of pressures, and protecting Lamar Jackson has been a constant focus for the coaching staff. Jackson, coming off a hamstring injury, has been playing at a high level when healthy, with a PFF grade of 84.1, but he needs that extra protection, especially against tough AFC North rivals like Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. The addition of Lane Johnson would be a massive boost, not only in protection but also in the overall confidence of that offensive line. Imagine, for a moment, Baltimore's offense with Johnson anchoring the blind side. It's a game changer. His ability to smush edges and anchor against top defensive ends would allow the Ravens to open up the playbook more freely, whether it's running the ball with J.K. Dobbins or Lamar himself, or dialing up those deep shots. And speaking of the run game, Johnson's presence could elevate the Ravens' ground attack significantly. With him protecting Lamar and helping to create better lanes, J.K. Dobbins and Justice Hill could see their rushing yards increase. Currently, Baltimore is averaging about 720 rushing yards for Dobbins, with a 4.5 yards per carry average. That's solid, But imagine that figure bumping up even further, perhaps by 19% or more, thanks to the added protection and run-blocking prowess of Johnson. It's like adding a turbo boost to their ground game, which is already a strength but could become even more lethal. In the red zone, the Ravens have been fairly efficient, but with Johnson on the line, they could see even more mismatches and opportunities for touchdowns. The team's red zone efficiency sits at around 57%, which is decent but leaves room for improvement. Johnson's ability to generate pancakes, create TFLs, and hold the edge against top defensive linemen would make Baltimore's offense even more unpredictable and dangerous. It's not just about protection, it's about transforming the entire offensive philosophy to be more aggressive and balanced. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The AFC North is fiercely competitive, with the Steelers, Bengals, and Ravens all vying for supremacy. The Ravens, with a record of 2-5, are currently behind in the division, but a move like acquiring Johnson could be the catalyst they need to turn things around. It's about sending a message: we're here, and we're not going down without a fight. When you think about the potential impact, it's not just about one game or one season. It's about setting up a sustainable, winning culture that can compete deep into January and possibly beyond. And for the Super Bowl aspirations, this kind of move is exactly what you need. The odds might have been around plus 6,000, but with Johnson on the roster, those odds could be cut down to plus 2,600 or better. It's a move that can make Baltimore a serious contender, especially if Lamar Jackson continues his MVP-level play, and the defense, which has been somewhat inconsistent, can tighten up in the second half of the season. Remember, Baltimore's defense has had moments of brilliance but also lapses, especially in coverage and pass rush. Adding a veteran like Johnson not only boosts the protection, but can also influence the morale and discipline of the entire unit. And let's not forget about the AFC playoff picture. The Ravens, with Johnson, could become a nightmare for any opponent. Their red zone efficiency, combined with a stout, protected offense, could translate into more victories and higher seeding come playoff time. They'd be able to match up more effectively against teams like the Chiefs, Bills, or even the Dolphins, who rely heavily on explosive plays and strong offensive lines. Baltimore could become that team that disrupts the rhythm of their opponents, forcing turnovers and controlling the clock with a dominant run game. Now, looking ahead, it's clear that this trade would be a bold move, a shift from static to aggressive, a statement of intent. The Ravens have always been about building through smart acquisitions and developing their core talent, but sometimes a blockbuster trade can transform the entire trajectory of a franchise. It's about taking risks, about believing in your coaching staff and players to adapt quickly. Adding Lane Johnson to the Ravens' offensive line isn't just about immediate protection. It's about future-proofing the offense and creating a blueprint for sustained success. And as fans, we should be excited about the possibilities. Imagine Lamar Jackson, with that extra protection on his blind side, slicing through defenses, making those signature plays that keep us on the edge of our seats. Imagine J.K. Dobbins breaking off longer runs thanks to better blocking, or the Ravens' red zone offense becoming more efficient in crunch time. It's those little things that, when combined, can elevate a team from good to great, from playoff hopefuls to Super Bowl contenders. The AFC North is ripe for the taking if this move comes to fruition, and the Ravens could be the team that seizes that opportunity. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you believe Lane Johnson will make a difference? How do you see this affecting Lamar Jackson's game and the overall team dynamics? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions matter so much to us and to the future of this team. Remember, this is a community of passionate fans who live and breathe Ravens football, and your voice is part of that great conversation. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest Baltimore Ravens news, so stay tuned and keep that passion alive. This is an exciting time for Ravens fans, no doubt about it. We're on the brink of something big, and whether this trade becomes a reality or not, it's clear that the team is positioning itself for a serious run in the second half of the season. The defense, the offense, the draft capital, everything is aligning for Baltimore to make a statement. So buckle up, Ravens Nation, because the road ahead might just be the most thrilling chapter yet. Let's stay engaged, stay passionate, and keep believing in the greatness that this team can achieve. The future is bright, and with moves like this, the Ravens are showing they're in it to win it.